Last night, it was the Wind Surge falling to the Tulsa Drillers for the second consecutive night. Most of the runs in the ball game were scored in the fourth. The Drillers sent 10 batters to the plate in the fourth. They plated 5 runs, and that was all the offense they would need. The Wind Surge would get a run back in the bottom of the inning as Kalai Rosario homered, and then the Wind Surge did provide a couple of late runs in the ninth to make it a 5-3 ball game, making it a game, but the Surge fell and end up losing the night by the final score of 5-3. So that brings us to tonight. The Wind Surge 25-40 in the second half, 5th place, a season high 16 games out of first place. Meanwhile, Tulsa 4th place, 27-37. As these two get set for tonight, we get to see the Wind Surge sending to the hill the Minnesota Twins minor league pitcher of the year last year in Corey Lewis. He gets the nod for the Surge, and we get to see one of the top prospects in the Los Angeles Dodgers organization, left-hander Jackson Ferris tonight. He has not fared well here at the AA level so far. 0-3 with a 3.09 earned run average, but he made 20 starts this year for Great Lakes, was 4-4 with an impressive 3.39 earned run average up there. He's just 20 years of age, a second-round pick of the Chicago Cubs, came over in a trade. His final start in Single A was against Cedar Rapids, who happens to be a affiliate of the Twins, and a couple of these Wind Surge players would have been in that lineup. He pitched 8 shutout innings and did not allow a hit and punched out 6. So we'll see how he fares against the Wind Surge here tonight as Ferris gets the ball for the Tulsa Drillers. So he is one of their top prospects, as I mentioned, the number 5 ranked prospect in the Dodgers organization. The number 1 top prospect in the Twins organization will lead off tonight for the Wind Surge. Still looking for his first Wind Surge hit. He is Walker Jenkins. He is playing in his 3rd game since being called up from Single A Cedar Rapids. Should be a fun night here at the ballpark. It is a thirsty Thursday. The Drillers have won 5-4 in Game 1, 5-3 in Game 2. And Andrew Neville, we welcome you in Game 3 of the series here today. On paper, should be a low-scoring game when you look at the pitching matchup.
Yeah, and especially we've mentioned over the past 2 games, 2 offenses that kind of have been struggling, especially over the past month. So when you put those 2 factors together, it really should be a low-scoring affair. And you mentioned Ferris, that poor record, but the ERA still in the low 3s. Maybe the record may just be a consequence of not getting much run support. He still acclimated himself pretty well to the AA level over his limited action. His 7th appearance at the AA level. And then Corey Lewis has been on a hot streak throughout the month of August, 1.2 ERA over the course of that month. So really should be a good chance to see some quality pitching out there on the mound, and would not expect too many runs across the plate. Yeah,
you mentioned it. Both offenses have struggled since the 1st of August. Tulsa has the 30th best offense in AA. There's only 30 teams. Wichita is 29th. So neither team has really done great. And that's the reason why you look at somebody with an ERA of 3.09. You don't normally think 0-3 would stand next to it, but that's Jackson Ferris's numbers. And we're not much different with Corey Lewis so far. And you mentioned he had a terrific month of August. Couldn't ask for anything better than that for Corey Lewis. He gets the ball here tonight, and we'll see if he can get some run support, something the Wind Surge have not fared for him. Lewis is 2-5 with a 2.70 earned run average. Normally you're sub 3, you wouldn't really have that type of win-loss record, but that's how it has crumbled for the Wind Surge and the Drillers here down the stretch. Well, it is a perfect night for baseball here at the ballpark. It is bark in the park, so we will say that out front. If you do hear some dogs barking, well, there you go. There is dogs in the stadium. The Cake weather meteorologist Cam Venerable and Brooklyn Ray, they've been here for the last 2 hours because the weather is so perfect. They brought their dog, and they're out there on the berm doing their newscast. So it is that kind of night. I guess you would say a Chamber of Commerce type night at the ballpark, as it is a beautiful night for baseball. Should be beautiful all weekend. Friday, tomorrow night, 7:05 start. Saturday, 6:05 start. Sunday, 1:05 start, as we continue the series head-to-head between Wichita and Tulsa. So we'll take a timeout. The Wind Surge are about to take the field. We'll come back with the starting lineups, first pitch, and get you ready for baseball tonight. It is the Wind Surge and the Tulsa Drillers. Game 3 of this series is just moments away. One final timeout. We'll be back. Texas League Baseball is next. Downtown Wichita, Kansas, as we'll take a look at today's starting lineups. First of all, for the visitors from Tulsa, Oklahoma, the affiliate of the Los Angeles Dodgers. Chris Newell, DH, to lead it off. Jainer Fernandez bats second and right. Batting third, the second baseman, Christian Santana. Batting cleanup, Jose Ramos is in left. Griffin Lockwood Powell is the first baseman. Batting sixth is the third baseman, Noah Miller. Taylor Young will bat seventh. Donovan Casey is batting eighth, and Bubba Aline is batting ninth. And that is the starting 9 for the Dodgers. Managed by sixth-year manager Scott Hennessy, the pride of Cowley College, as we get set for baseball here tonight. Corey Lewis, as Andrew Neville just pointed out, coming off of a tremendous month of August. He was phenomenal. 13th start of the year, 15th game of the year. August, 1.20 earned run average. That was the 4th best in the league. Punched out 40. That was 2nd best in the league. He probably would have won Texas League Pitcher of the Week if Quinn Matthews wouldn't have just dominated. And also, Travis Adams also put up a terrific month of August as well. Newell, left-handed batter, will step into the batter's box, and we are ready for baseball here on a thirsty Thursday. Lewis comes set. First pitch of this evening's ball game is going to be at 7:05. And it is a ball low and away at 91. 84 degrees, sunny skies, 34% humidity, wind out of the east at 13 miles per hour. Blue skies up above. It is a beautiful night for Wind Surge baseball. Chris Newell, left-handed batter, will step in, and he swings away at this one for a strike. Plate umpire tonight is Travis Brewer. Kyle Stutz, the crew chief, is at first base. The third base umpire is Jack Wasson. 3-man Texas League umpiring crew. And the pitch is going to be taken low and away for a ball, and it's now 2 balls and a strike.
Funny note, the umpires, 2 of them are wearing black. The other, I know, Blade's wearing blue.
The blue is usually for warmer nights. I'm assuming the plate umpire thought it was probably a warm night, and the base umpires are thinking it's a little on the cool side. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Or he didn't get the memo.
Who knows?
2 balls and 2 strikes here to the batter, Chris Newell. The 2-2 pitch swung on and fouled back. Try it again. Behind the dish, Noah Cardenas is our catcher. Aaron Sabato is the first baseman. Rucker is at second. Tanner Schobel at third base. The shortstop is Ben Ross. Isola, who caught last night, he's in left. Sheffield is in center. Kalai Rosario in right. 2-2 pitch, breaking ball swung on and struck him out. Early punch out here for Corey Lewis, and it is a strikeout to get things going.
Just fell right off the table here. Looked like it might have been the knuckleball with the movement on it.
Yeah, it looked like that's probably what it was. He does have an arsenal of 5 pitches, one of them being the knuckleball. He does have a very good variety of pitches. Ground ball hit to first. Sabato will take it himself. Sabato fielding it and take it himself. 3 unassisted. Of the 5 pitches Lewis pitches, it is about an even distribution. The only one that is favored more than the others is the fastball. He said it's somewhere along the lines of 30, and then you can figure out the rest of them as percentages add up to 100. But he does throw it about 20% of the time.
Just somewhat of a unicorn this day and age. You see a lot of pitchers really try to hone in 2 or 3 pitches. 5's a unicorn.
Yeah, and especially knuckleball. You don't have many pitchers that throw the knuckleball who also throw in the 90s as well, like who have other arsenal and have other options to go with. Here's the 1-0. Santana's had a pretty good series as he picks the pitch here for a strike. Activated from the injured list yesterday and came through with a big night for the Drillers in their win. The 1-1 pitch going to be taken here for a strike, and it's now a ball and 2 strikes here to the hitter. Ball and 2 strikes here to the hitter, and the 1-2 pitch going to miss up high, and we'll try it again now with the count being evened up at 2 balls and 2 strikes here to the hitter. 2-2. Christian Santana at the plate. 2-2 pitch.
The picture is of a different Christian Santana. This Christian Santana has never played in either organization.
Pitch going to be outside, ball 3, and it's now 3 balls and 2 strikes. Now time is called as payoff pitch awaits. 3-2 delivery now to the batter, Santana. Going to be taken, ball 4. So Santana draws the walk. And it brings to the plate the left fielder, Jose Ramos, who did some damage against the Wind Surge in Game 1.
That go-ahead homer to ultimately seal the game for the Drillers. Put them ahead for good, but good job by Santana there last at bat. Fell behind, but laid off a tough payoff pitch.
Here's the pitch to Ramos, swung on and fouled off first base side. Foul, and we'll try it again now with the count being 0-1 now to the hitter. Wind Surge, Drillers, Game 3 of this 6-game series. 1 pitch, popped him up, foul territory, backing out of play. And we'll try it again now with the count being 0-1 now to the batter. Ramos' numbers for the year, .222 batting average, something you'd not want to have. You'd want to have it higher than that. 17 homers, 63 RBI. Not bad.
Those will play.
Those are play. Yeah, that's some good numbers. His second season here with the Drillers. Had a very good season last year in Drillville.
And just a note on those homers, 4 of them have come this month. So it's a very late blooming power surge for Jose Ramos.
Yeah, it's been a struggling year. I mean, you look at his numbers last year. This is a guy, I mean, he's been there all year. He's playing in his 121st game this season today. Last season in 113 games with Tulsa, he batted .240, so 18 points higher with 19 homers and 68 RBI. So, I mean, for a guy that's repeating a level, I mean, he's put up big numbers power-wise in each season. 2-2, runner going. The pitch is a ball. Throw down to second. Got him! Gunned him down. Santana trying to advance, and he's caught stealing. Cardenas guns him out to end the inning. No runs, no hits, a walk, nobody left. Half inning in the books. It is Tulsa 0, Wind Surge coming to bat. Walker Jenkins steps into the batter's box to lead things off here for the Surge. Jenkins, the number 2 overall prospect in all of Major League Baseball farm systems. But when you take a step back and think about that, as the pitch is going to be taken here for a strike from Ferris, 0-1 pitch, and the pitch is going to be taken here for a ball, and the count is now 1 ball and 1 strike here to Jenkins. The 1-1 pitch, the left-hander delivers, and there's a line drive up the middle. Fielded by the shortstop, Miller behind the bag, throws it onto first base and just does get him. A rocket shot right up the middle. It looked like it was ticketed for his first hit, and Miller fields it 101 miles per hour off the bat on a 96-mile-an-hour pitch from Jackson Ferris.
Lefty, good contact that time. Miller just shaded a couple steps towards second, was in perfect position.
And he got him, so there's 1 away. But getting back to Walker Jenkins, number 2 according to MLB.com. But he's the highest active minor leaguer because the number 1 guy, Dylan Cruz with the Washington Nationals, is in the big leagues right now. Now, when you go to the big leagues, you still stay on that list until you've played X amount of time in the big leagues.
I think it's right around 75 days of service time or
something like that, where they before they reshuffle the list. So at the time, he would be the number 1 active guy in the minors among prospects. So we got that going for us. Here's Kalaya Rosario, number 1 prospect in the Twins system. Pitch going to be taken here for a strike to Rosario, who's homered in back-to-back games. And both of them have been hammered.
No doubt on either of them.
Ball and 2 strikes here to the batter, Rosario. And the pitch going to be grounded up the line, third base side. Gets by the Wind Surge manager. Ramon Borrego in his 4th year at the helm of the Wind Surge led the team to the postseason in the first 2 seasons, 2021 and 2022, including winning Manager of the Year back in 2021 when he led the Wind Surge to the Championship Series. Led them to the Championship Series in 22 after the Wind Surge upended Tulsa in the first round of the playoffs. Pitch going to be taken outside for a ball. And it brings our count now to 2 balls and 2 strikes here. And the 2-2 pitch is going to be popped up back, and it's going to be hit off the top of the first base dugout and into the seats and out of play. And we'll try it again now with the count being evened up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 pitch to Kalai, and it's going to be swung out and fouled off. Jackson Ferris, 0-3 with a 309 earned run average, just 20 years of age. Came over in a trade from the Chicago Cubs organization, a native of Winston-Salem, North Carolina.
He's got a very lively fastball, sitting 95-96 so far through his first 2 batters.
Payoff pitch, 3-2 delivery. Swung on and popped him up. Right side of the diamond, Santana camping under it. And the driller first baseman gets under it. That ball was moving a little bit. The wind is not bad tonight. East at 13 miles per hour. But you look up at the flags, you see them moving around a little bit.
More blustery than it has with the past couple nights, for sure.
Yeah, a little bit different. The first 2 nights, it's been pretty calm. Of course, this ballpark sits just off the banks of the Arkansas River on the west bank of the river from downtown Wichita. Fly ball into right field, and the right fielder, Bubba Aline, is there to make the catch, and the inning is over. 1-2-3, no runs, no hits, nobody left on base. Jose Ramos steps into the batter's box. He was batting when the first inning ended, when Santana was caught stealing to end the inning, so he gets to face Corey Lewis one more time. Scoreless ball game, top of the second. Lewis comes set, taken here for a strike, and the count is now evened up at a ball and a strike here to the hitter. Lewis comes set, delivers, and it's going to be swung on and popped up, back and out of play. Try it again now with the count being at a ball and 2 strikes.
See if Lewis can finish him off. Did a good job of getting ahead of hitters last inning, but ended up letting him get back in the count.
1-2 pitch going to be swung on and fouled off down the line. First base side, foul. And we'll try it again now with the count being at a ball and 2 strikes here to the hitter. It is the Wind Surge and the Tulsa Drillers, game 3 of this series. 6-game series. Tomorrow night, Saturday at 6, Sunday at 1. And that'll wrap up the Wind Surge season here at Riverfront for 2024. So if you're looking for something to do, come on out. You're running out of time. Pitch taken here. In about a month, Wind Surge will have a big concert here at the ballpark, October 4th. Logan Mize will perform. Shallow center field, so get your tickets for that. They're still available. 3-2 pitch, swung on, and a fly ball into center field. Sheffield is drifting back, and Tolton gets underneath it, and Ramos is retired for the out. So with 1 down, it brings up Griffin Lockwood Powell. As he'll step in, he's the catcher. So Powell will step in. Scoreless game here in the 2nd inning. And the pitch going to be taken here for a strike. And it's now 0-1 now to the hitter. Lewis's pitch there, 91 miles per hour. Wind Surge made a roster move today. Jalen Nowlin, who was in the Wind Surge starting rotation, elevated to AAA St. Paul. He'll join the Saints tonight. Be used out of their bullpen for the time being. Pitch going to be taken here. So congrats to Jalen, who spent all of 2024 here and was up here at the tail end of 23 as well. Pitch going to be swung on and fouled back.
Coming off an effective start in game 1, so.
Yeah, pitched just a couple of days ago, so he earned himself a call-up, and his season gets extended. Single A wrapped up on Sunday night. Double A wraps up Sunday. Triple A goes until the following Sunday. So by Jalen getting called up, gets an extra week of work.
Win-win situation for all involved.
Yeah, they get to see him play up there. Ball and 2 strikes now to the batter. Big league team off tonight. Twins off. They will open up a series tomorrow. This one's going to be swung on and fouled off. After taking 2 of 3 against the Angels, they will take on the Cincinnati Reds beginning tomorrow night at Target. Pitch going to be taken here for a strike, and Griffin Lockwood Powell is gone. That's punch out number 2 for Corey Lewis.
Again, a lot of tremendous downward break on that one. Looked like a strike for 54 feet, and Lewis couldn't pull it up, or Lockwood Powell couldn't hold it up.
Getting stronger as the year goes. You know, he missed the first few months of the season. Ground ball right side, going to be picking it up, and Rucker tosses it onto first base. Corey Lewis missed all of April, all of May, part of June, and as he's going, he seems to really be in a little bit finer with his pitches, and he's retired the first 6 drillers, and we go to the bottom of the 2nd, scoreless. This is Wind Surge Baseball. Alex Isola steps into the batter's box. Lead things off, bottom of the 2nd inning here at Riverfront Stadium. Wind Surge and Drillers. Scoreless, Isola, line drive left field. Newell takes a couple of steps back and makes the catch for the out. Just a line drive, 107 miles per hour. Andrew, he smoked that ball.
Yeah,
and,
that's one of those where baseball can just be a cruel game. He hit that literally as much on the screws as you possibly can. He just hit it too hard, and Newell actually just back up a couple steps, was right there.
Pitch going to be taken here for a strike. Sabato will step in. 207 batting average, 10 home runs, 32 RBI. Wind Surge have a number of guys with 8 homers to 10. All in that range, yeah. Wind Surge this season have hit the fewest amount of home runs they have had in a season. 159 last year, 164 and 22, 150 and 21, as Sabato is quickly a strikeout. I don't know if the ball, everybody always says the baseball could be there. That might be something to do with it. I don't really know, but the Wind Surge home run total is much lower than it has been in the previous 3 seasons. Pitch going to be taken here for a strike. Ball and no strikes now to the hitter. And the fact of the matter is, all of the Texas League team home run numbers are down too, which would make you think there could be something to that. Pitch going to be taken here for a ball. It's now 2 balls and no strikes. Or it's just better pitching. Pitch going to be swung on and fouled back. Well, you got a good pitcher on the mound here today in Jackson Ferris as he delivers that one. And it's kid was in Cedar Rapids, was in Great Lakes earlier this year. 20 starts, 4-4 record with a 3.39 ERA. 0-3 so far with his numbers here in Tulsa with a 3.09 ERA. First hit of the night for the Wind Surge as Schobel ropes that one into left field for a single. Our first hit of the night, as always, is brought to you by our good friends at Dairy Queen. It's blizzard season. Visit your neighborhood DQ today for your favorite blizzard. Here's Dalton Shuffield who will step into the batter's box. Made reference to that game against the Colonels back on August 1st. He went 8 no-hit innings and struck out 6. Did Jackson Ferris. And of course, Cedar Rapids is the Twins affiliate. Looking at the Cedar Rapids lineup that day, none of the Wind Surge players who are currently on the roster were there. So Jenkins did not play that night.
That was the I was wondering. Probably definitely the most realistic
He would have been
candidate.
the one that I would have thought would have most likely been in the lineup. He was not. 2 balls and no strikes here, and the 2-0 delivery. Grounded to short. Miller flips to second for the putout, and that'll end the inning. No runs, a hit, and a man left. We played 2 from Riverfront. It is the Surge and the Tulsa Drillers scoreless. This is Wind Surge baseball. Wind Surge and Drillers, scoreless game to the top of the 3rd. Here's Kyle DeSantis.
Thank you so much, Tim. Still no score, as Tim mentioned, between the Wind Surge and Drillers. We're in the top of the 3rd. First pitch from Corey Lewis to the righty hitting Taylor Young is taken on the outside corner for a strike. Taylor down to the 7th spot in the lineup after leading off the first 2 games. He's taking the fastball up high, 1 ball, 1 strike. Still at third base. Last night for Taylor in the leadoff spot, he walked and was hitless in 4 tries. The 1-1. Called strike on the outer portion of the plate, now 1-2. The ever so speedy Taylor Young, as we've talked about, 45 stolen bases this year. 1-2 pitch. He just nubs it foul, third base side. .232 hitter, the AA ranks with the drill squad. The Drillers, I should say. 4 home runs and 43 RBIs. It's Drillville, rather, that is the correct term, as it's a swing and another miss. Corey Lewis gets his 3rd strikeout. He's gotten 1 now in each of his first 3 innings in his 13th start, the AA ranks, 15th total appearance, and now he'll face the Drillers DH and Donovan Casey, also from the right side. 0-0 Wichita and Tulsa in this top of the 3rd. First pitch is outside for ball 1. Casey, the DH, 1 for 4 last night. Was the 9-hole man for Tulsa. 1-0 to him. He swings and misses. 1 ball, 1 strike. The count is even. It's been a later season call-up, at least for Tulsa, as the 1-1's a check swing, ultimately outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Tonight's his 27th contest. He's under the Mendoza line, average-wise at 156. 9 RBIs, and the 2-1 is high and tight. Now the count is 3 balls and a strike. Lewis gets his signs from his catcher Cardenas, and he comes home. 3-1 is off the edge on the outside for ball 4. So Casey is the second Drillers hitter to reach in this game. Also on a free pass. Gets to trot some 90 feet out to first. And here is Bubba Aline. Already a home run in this series. First pitch to the switch hitter, and Aline loses the bat. It flies out of his hands towards the batter's circle for Tulsa. Right near Chris Newell, who trots over, picks it up, and now hands it back to his teammate. Mentioned Aline homered. Did so in his first at bat in the series opener on Tuesday. It was off last night. 0-1 pitch. Swinging a pop-up, third base side to shallow left field. Schobel running on towards the warning track. He slides and he makes the catch near the chalk. Schobel was running towards the foul line, looking up skyward, goes into a slide, and he ends up pawing that one out of the sky for the second out. What a play by Tanner Schobel. Now it's 2 outs in the scoreless game in this top of the third for Chris Newell. Kate on 6 pitches his first time, and the lefty takes a called strike on the inner black to start his second AB. Newell as well, someone who's swapped places now as I look through with Taylor Young in the lineup, as the 0-1 him is upstairs. 1 ball and 1 strike. Newell last night was the 7-hitter. Promoted to the leadoff spot. Young, who was in the leadoff spot the first 2 games in this series, fills his void. 1-1 runner on the move. Check swing. Cardenas throws down to second, not in time. It was a leaping Ben Ross. Even though he caught it, it would have had to basically flip if he wanted to tag or have a chance at tagging Casey. Straight stolen base, and Casey is now 6 for 8 at the Double-A level. Now, potential first run of the night is on second base, but he'll be stranded there as it's a fly ball towards left center field for Dalton Shuffield, who makes the catch to retire the side in the visiting portion of the third inning. No runs, no hits, and a man left in scoring position for the Drillers. It's the first man that either side is left on the base paths in this one. No score through 2.5 at Riverfront Stadium. This is Wind Surge Baseball. Noah Cardenas steps in to start the bottom of the third inning. No score between Wichita and Tulsa on this Thursday night. First pitch to the righty hitting catcher is high and outside for ball 1. Cardenas making his series debut. Again behind the backstop tonight for Wichita. 1-0 to him. Upstairs once again. Now it's 2 balls and no strikes. 175 hitter Cardenas is. Tonight is his 75th Double-A appearance with the Wind Surge. 2-0. Breaking ball. Drifts inside. 3 balls and no strikes. 5 homers for Cardenas. 32 runs batted in. He's the 8th man for Ramon Borrego's crew tonight. And he takes a strike on the outside corner. 95-mile-an-hour heater from the lefty in Jackson Ferris. It's 3-1. The next one. Swinging a pop-up. Had to play foul first base side. Now it's full at 3-2. It's been Alex Isola and Andrew Cassetti who've called the balls and strikes for Wind Surge pitching the first 2 games in this series. 3-2 payoff. Swinging a pop-up once more, out of play on the first base side over the netting. Ferris dealt back at 95, and Cardenas was able to fight it off. And it's Cardenas doing that task in game 3. Takes ball 4, inside slider, and a leadoff base runner for the Wichita Wind Surge. Second man to reach base for the Wind Surge tonight after Tanner Schobel singled to left field back into second. Here is the number 9 hitter in Ben Ross. The righty swings and spikes the first pitch toward the Drillers' dugout on the first base side for strike 1. Cardenas, who now again stands at first, it is Ross at the plate, I should say, is in that shortstop position for the 3rd straight night. 0 for 3 at the plate in the loss yesterday. Southpaw Ferris looks to first, and the runner's on the move. Pitch out, and the throw down to second is not in time. Leaping play attempted by Janer Fernandez, trying to tag Cardenas on the helmet, but it was a feet first slide for the Wind Surge catcher to get it to second base safely. Only Cardenas' 4th stolen base on the season now out of 8 tries. The 1-1. Ross takes a strike. Inner portion of the zone, now 1-2. And with the steal of second, now Ross's mindset has to shift. You have the first potential run in scoring position, but he swings and misses for strike 3 on a 94-mile-an-hour heater. Tried to shift the mindset. Went down swinging, did Ben Ross, and now it's Walker Jenkins. Still searching for his first Double-A hit. He reached base back on Tuesday in his second Double-A at bat with a walk. First pitch to him, he takes down and away for ball 1. Jenkins grounded out to Noah Miller, though that was a very hopeful play by Jenkins, at least when the swing he put on that ball. 1-0. Swinging a fly ball down the left field line, ultimately moving foul off to the berm. And I say that because put a charge into that swing, at least Jenkins did, towards second base, but ultimately did have the man there at the right time to make the play. The 1-1. Way outside and in the dirt. 2-1. Besides, again, the walk, Jenkins still looking for that first knock here with the Wichita Wind Surge. 2-1 pitch. Swinging a high pop-up on the infield first base side. Janer Fernandez, the second baseman, charges now onto the grass. He leaps up with a small hop to his right to make the catch. It was a high pop-up off of the bat of Jenkins. And luckily, Janer Fernandez, at least for the Tulsa Drillers, had eyes on it the entire time. Able to record the second out in this bottom of the 3rd. Still no score with the Wind Surge and Drillers. Kalai Rosario, who popped up himself his first times back up to the dish. First pitch to the righty. Inside with a breaking ball. Bounces in front of catcher Lockwood Powell, but Cardenas stays put at second. 1-0. Rosario, though, popped down to Christian Santana at first. Long pause from Ferris. Now looks back to second. The second time in his pitch. High and inside. 2 balls and no strikes. Rosario has gotten homers in both of the first 2 games in this series. 2-0 pitch to him. He watches the next one go. Here's ankles inside. 3 balls and no strikes. That's tied for the highest active streak in the Texas League with Jeremy Ironman of the Midland Rockhounds. 3-0. Taking all the way, and it's a strike. Fastball down the pipe. 3-1. Rosario's homer came in his second at bat on Wednesday night. 3-1. Swing and a miss. Ferris went to the breaking ball, and Rosario came up empty. Now it's a full count again at 3-2. Cardenas had a full count to lead off this bottom of the 3rd. Ended up working a walk on 7 pitches. Since then, the next 2 men have been retired by the southpaw And Jackson Ferris, number 5, Dodgers prospect. Another payoff. Swing and a miss. Went back to the breaking ball. And once more got Rosario to swing over the top. No runs for the Wind Surge, their third time to the plate. Thing in is Schomel. Throws on the run to Sabato at first. And the leadoff man is retired. Fernandez falls to 0-2. So it's now the second time through the Tulsa lineup for Corey Lewis. He's retired 5 of the last 6 batters he's faced. Still donuts on the scoreboard between Wichita and Tulsa, 0-0. Here's Christian Santana, who swings and misses at the first pitch. A breaking ball from Lewis for strike 1. Santana, the first base runner all night long for either side, the 0-1. Swinging a foul back to the netting, 0-2. Then he was caught stealing to end the first inning of the 4 base runners to reach as the batter calls time, and Santana, 3 of them, including the current driller hitter at the plate, have been on free passes. The only hit was Tanner Schomel's single to left back in the second. 0-2 from Lewis. High and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So there have been a fair amount of strikeouts so far in this game. 1-2 pitch. Nearly got another one, Lewis did. Just inside at the knees. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 3 apiece between Corey Lewis and Jackson Ferris between Wichita and Tulsa. The 2-2 delivery. A foul tip, but it was enough for Santana to stay alive. Bounced rather out of the grasp of Cardenas. So Santana, man who was 2 for 5 last night, is back up at the plate. 2-2 pitch. He swings and misses. There's that strikeout that Lewis was looking for. 4 strikeouts, 1 per inning so far for the Wind Surge right-hander. There's 2 gone here in the opening half of the 4th. Still no score. And here is Jose Ramos. Ramos, who flew out to center his first time. First pitch to him. Righty hitter takes a strike from the righty pitcher, 0-1. Starting to near the double-digit mark in games this September, 0-1. Swing and a foul back, 0-2. And at least for the Drillers' hitting core, it's been Jose Ramos that stood out, entering today a .290 hitter with 4 home runs, 4 of the 10 that the Drillers have knocked in. 0-2 from Lewis. Outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ramos's homers leads this Drillers team this month. Also leads in RBIs with 7, 1-2. Swinging a pop-up. First base side, foul territory. Roaming there is Aaron Sabato. Looking up now on the grass. He reaches out and snags it out of the sky for a 1-2-3 4th. Corey Lewis faces the minimum. No runs, no hits, no man left on for Tulsa's 4th. Wichita has their 4th chance against Jackson Ferris when we return. This is Wind Surge Baseball. For the second time against Jackson Ferris. First pitch. Taken on the inside corner for strike 1. Breaking ball from the southpaw. Rucker flew out to Bubba Oline on the first pitch. His first at bat in the first, 0-1. Up high. Ball to strike. Both teams starting to get a few men on base here and there. Still early in this one as the 1-1 is swung on and grounded up the middle. Moving behind the bag is Janer Fernandez. He throws to first, and Santana, the first baseman, scoops it out of the dirt for the first out. It's the second time tonight where the Drillers' defensive alignment, at least with Fernandez being pulled nearly all the way behind second base, has worked out to perfection. First happened against Walker Jenkins in the bottom of the first. First pitch to Alex Isola. Curveball low and inside, ball one. No score with one out. It is bottom of the fourth between the Wind Surge and Drillers. 1-0. Righty Isola checks his swing. And he fouls it off. It's an even count of the ball and a strike. Isola put a charge into a pitch. His first at bat lined out to Chris Newell in left field. That led off the second. 1-1. Good looking slider that bends back over the plate. 1-2. Isola checked back with Travis Brewer, the home plate umpire. But he's back into his stance to see the 1-2. He checks the swing. They appeal to first, and Kyle Stutz, the crew chief, puts both of his hands up, says no. Isola held back. Isola in left field after catching last night. 2-2 pitch. Called strike three. Takes the heated 95 right down Broadway. Fourth strikeout for Jackson Ferris, matches the Wind Surge starter Corey Lewis in that category. Here's Aaron Sabato, who was the first of the 4 Ferris strikeout victims. First pitch is taken again for strike one. Another fastball in the inner part of the plate. Sabato went down swinging on 3 pitches. 0-1. Swinging a ground ball that rolls to short. Miller collects and throws to first. And it is a minimum 4th inning for Jackson Ferris, matching Corey Lewis, who did the same in the top half of this very frame. We're through 4 at Riverfront Stadium. No score between Wichita and Tulsa. You're listening to Wind Surge Baseball.
On no hits so far. Griffin Lockwood Powell will step into the batter's box. 1 ball, no strike pitch in the 1-0 delivery. Going to be taken here for ball 2, and it's now 2 balls and no strikes now to the hitter. 2-0 now to the batter, Lockwood Powell, and the 2-0 going to be skied into left center. Newell, I should say, coming over for the Wind Surge is Isola, and Powell will be retired for out number 1. So with 1 away, it'll bring to the plate the shortstop, Noah Miller.
We mentioned coming into this one that we expected to be a pitcher's duel, and it's living up to all expectations so far as we enter the 5th.
Well, when you looked at Ferris's ERA, and you look at Lewis's ERA, you throw the wins and losses out because you can't determine that. You know what I mean? You can't score right. You know, the pitchers don't hit, especially in this level. This one's going to be swung on and fouled, or any level nowadays. But you could just sense it, that if both of them pitch the way they're supposed to, it's going to be tough sledding. And you look at the line score, and, well, there's only been 1 hit combined.
Exactly. And again, when you factor in these 2 offenses, too, the way they've performed.
Right.
Really going exactly as you would expect.
Pitch going to miss inside, and it's going to be taken here for a ball, and it's now a ball and 2 strikes here to the hitter. 1 ball and 2 strikes here to the batter, Noah Miller. And the 1-2 going to be grounded up the line. First base side, foul. Scoreless game here at Riverfront. Final start of the year for Corey Lewis, at least for the Wind Surge. We mentioned Jalen went to AAA after the game yesterday. 1-2 pitch called, 3rd strike. So always a possibility if they want to stretch guys out. Corey Lewis would be a candidate for the Fall League. You know, it's a guy that missed the first couple of months of the season. So a lot of times you want to take a guy that, you know, you really like as a prospect that didn't get to the amount of innings they've pitched or amount of at-bats. So, I mean, I would imagine guys like Walker Jenkins and Corey Lewis, line drive up the middle in the center field, it's a 2-out single, would be guys that the Twins would think at least seriously about sending to Arizona to get some more ABs and more innings before the 2024 calendar flips. That starts in a few weeks. Here's Donovan Casey, the veteran, will step into the batter's box. He is the designated hitter today for the Tulsa Drillers. Casey steps in, batting a .156 since joining the club. Pitch swung on and missed here for a strike, 0-1. No balls and 1 strike now to the hitter. No balls, 1 strike, 2 down. And the pitch going to be taken here for a ball, and the count is now evened up at a ball and a strike. One and one now with 2 outs here to the batter, Casey. The pitch taken here for a ball, and it's now 2 balls and a strike here to the hitter.
A little tough for both sides today to get that low strike call, the bottom of the zone here.
2-1 pitch from Corey, and the delivery swung through and missed here for strike 2. Good pitch there for Corey Lewis. Mixing and matching here against the veteran player in Donovan Casey. The pitch going to be swung through, struck him out, and that will end the inning. So a good inning, no runs, 1 hit, man left. Ball game heads to the bottom of the 5th inning. Wind Surge and Drillers scoreless. This is Surge Baseball. Tanner Schobel will step into the batter's box to lead things off here for the Wichita Wind Surge. Ball game moves into the bottom of the 5th inning. Schobel, ground ball hit towards third. Young is up with it. Throws across the diamond to first base for the putout, and Schobel is quickly retired. No runs, 1 hit. That's the line score for both clubs.
Yeah, again, just tough to get anything going offensively. Schobel, the only Wind Surge player with a hit, as Ferris has now set down 7 in a row. Last batter to reach was a Cardenas walk back in the 3rd.
So here's Dalton Shupfield, who will step into the batter's box, and a breaking ball taken here inside for a ball. 1-0 now with 1 away now to the hitter. And the pitch going to be swung on and missed here for a strike, and it's now evened up at a ball and a strike.
Ferris, no business out there on the mound, gets the ball and ready to deal immediately.
And the pitch going to be swung on and missed here for strike 2. Here's the pitch. 1 ball and 2 strike pitch, and the 1-2 here swung out, a fly ball, well struck center field. Ramos is on the run. I don't know if he's going to run it down. He slides and makes a great catch in center field. Well, he had a lot of ground to cover, and then at the end had to make a sitting, sliding catch, and he makes the grab. He had to slide on that warning track, and you saw him fix his pants and make sure that he didn't bust anything open, but that's an unbelievable catch.
Deepest part of the ballpark, too. Want to see just how far he had to run on that one just to get there.
Yeah, that's one of those ones, tough for score. Let's say it hits his glove and he doesn't catch it. Everybody thinks it's an error, but then you see where he was and where he ended. You're like, well, no, you can't cover that much ground and expect a guy to make a catch. Well, he did, and I put a blue star next to it in the card. Wow. 2 outs. Scoreless game here in the 5th. Cardenas will step in, and the pitch to Noah low and inside now for a ball, and the count is now a ball and 2 strikes here to the batter, Noah Cardenas. Scoreless game here in the 5th. Here's the pitch here from Ferris, and the pitch going to be check swing, and he got him. And quick work by Ferris, and the Surge go in order for a ball, and it's now 1-0 here to the batter, Aline. Top of the 6th, Tim Grubbs, Andrew Neville joining you from Riverfront. 1-0 pitch going to be taken here for a strike, and the count evens up now to the ball and a strike here to the hitter. 1-1 here in the 1-1. Fly ball, hammered deep to right. Heading back is Rosario, and that is into the Boot Barn home run deck. Another home run, his second of the series for Bubba Aline, his 6th of the season. That one travels 101 miles per hour off his bat, and it goes 394 feet, and it's 1-0 Tulsa.
Just jumped all over a fastball from Lewis that time. Got a little up and in, got the bat head to it very quickly, and that one was a no-doubter. Knew it was gone as soon as it hit his bat.
Bubba, who's listed at 5'11", 190 pounds, pounds that one into that boot barn home run deck in right center field. Here's Chris Newell. And the pitch swung on, grounded towards first. First baseman Sabato with a backhand, picks it up. Steps on the bag at first. Speaking of Chris Newell, Christian Newell, former Wind Surge sales rep, in the building tonight. So with one away, Janer Fernandez will step into the batter's box. Janer grounded out to the first baseman and grounded out to the third baseman. 1-0 Drillers, and the pitch going to be taken inside for a ball. 1-0 now with one away now to the hitter. And the 1-0 pitch going to be taken here for a strike, and the count is now evened up at a ball and a strike. 1-1 now to the batter, Janer Fernandez. And the 1-1 pitch going to be swung on and fouled off first base side. Up into the maple lot on the right field side. 1-2 strike here to the batter. So Corey Lewis delivers, fly ball into right. On the move is the right fielder Rosario, and Kalai gets underneath it for out number 2. Gliding underneath it to make the catch.
Nice job by Lewis bouncing back after the home run, not letting it spiral anymore from there, getting 2 quick outs afterwards.
Yeah, you know, if you can get through this inning, giving up just the 1 run, you feel good about it. Obviously, at this point, you got to deal with these bullpens. These pitchers aren't going to go all the way, and pitch going to be swung out and missed here. 1 run is not that big of a challenge. 0-1 pitch, although the way the pitching's been, it might be. Grounded to third. Schobel scoops, throws, and retires Christian Santana, and the inning is over. 1 run, 1 hit, nobody left. Contest heads to the bottom of the 6th from Riverfront. 1-0 Drillers. New pitcher coming in as exiting the contest is going to be Ferris. Michael Martinez, I think I heard was the name. It's a guy that's not listed on the roster. So Ben Ross will step in. 0-1 now to the hitter. Ferris's night is over. An impressive performance again tonight for him. 5 innings pitched. Allowed just the 1 run. Allowed just the 1 hit. Line drive hit right at the shortstop. Leaps up and makes the catch. So just like that, 1 out.
Second time today the Surge hit a ball right in the nose and had nothing to show for it.
Yeah, that was a hard hit ball, and he just timed his jump perfect and leaps up and makes the catch. Here's Jenkins, who steps into the batter's box. Walker swings and misses here for a strike. 0-1 now to the batter. No balls and 1 strike. Base is empty. Bottom of the 6th inning. Here's the 0-1, and it's going to be swung on and fouled back. And we'll try it again now with the count being no balls and 2 strikes. 0-2 now to the batter. And the 0-2 delivery. No balls and 2 strikes now with 1 away. Martinez in Great Lakes was 3-5 with a 2.01 earned run average. Pitch swung on and struck him out. So Jenkins strikes out for out number 2. And there's quickly 2 outs. Yeah, he had good numbers at Great Lakes. You know, you're looking at a 3-5 record, a 201 earned run average in 36 games.
Certainly numbers worthy of a late season call.
Absolutely. Guy that hadn't played in a couple of years, likely due to injury, pitched in 18, 19, 21. So there's a gap there. All in the Dodger organization. Ball and no strikes here to the hitter. Kalaya Rosario on the 1-0 pitch going to be taken here for a strike. And the count is now evened up at a ball and a strike. From Puerto Rico, 6'1", 185-pound, 25-year-old Michael Martinez. Here's the 1-1 pitch going to be taken here for a strike.
It's a 96-mile-an-hour pitch. Some good life on it, running away from Rosario. You got a really nice, looks like 3 pitches. Fastball, kind of cutter, and then a slider.
Ball and 2 strikes now to the batter, Kalaya Rosario. 1-2 now with 2 away. And the pitch going to be taken here for a ball, and it's now 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 now to the hitter. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here with 2 away. And the pitch going to be line drive down the left field line, foul.
There was the slider, Rosario way out in front, but did enough to stay alive.
Broken bat. Of course, every broken back is presented to you by our good friends at Advanced Physical Therapy. Lined that one foul down the third base line. Two balls and 2 strikes now to the hitter. And the 2-2 delivery. Martinez comes set, 1-0 Drillers, and the delivery swung on and struck him out. So he's gone, and so are the Wind Surge in order here in the 6th. No runs, no hits, nobody left on base. Ball game is going to head to the 7th, 1-0 Tulsa.
The Drillers lineup: Jose Ramos, Griffin Lockwood Powell, and Noah Miller. Those are the 3 due up for the visiting Tulsa squad. Right-hander's first pitch to the righty hitter Ramos. Called strike taken on the inner part of the black. Ramos 0 for 2 in this one, a pair of air outs. Slown out to center field and popped out to first base. 0-1. Good looking slider from Floyd. Comes in front door, and it's another called strike. 0-2. Kicking the pitch. Way outside, a ball and 2 strikes. Final line for Corey Lewis. 6 innings pitched, 2 hits. Only 1 earned run on the Bubba Aline solo shot in the 6th with 2 walks and 6 strikeouts. 1-2. Another slider low and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Lewis did all of that on 85 pitches. 55 of them found the strike zone. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the break even. Downstairs, now it's a full count at 3-2. The middle 3, Ramos, Lockwood Powell, and Miller, a combined 0 for 6, 2 times through the lineup. Now the 3-2 is inside, and ball 4. So Ramos will officially be the first of that middle trio to reach base. Tulsa ends up putting a leadoff base runner on. It's the first time, at least since the 6th, where It was a solo homer by Aline, I should say, as Lockwood Powell takes outside for ball one, where a leadoff base runner has reached base. Though technically, Bubba Aline hit a solo home run in the 6th inning. Never actually got on at least the base paths on the base, as I'm kind of squabbling for words. Pop-up foul, first base side. Kind of take back at least that part. In other words, at least Ramos is the first man all night to start an inning. It's the first batter actually on base. I mean, standing on a base, not taking a trip around the bases. 1-1. Swinging a roller third base side near the chalk and ultimately bouncing foul. Tanner Schobel was oncoming. He was able to glove and was ready to go across his body towards second baseman Jake Rucker, and simply had to flip it towards the Wind Surge dugout instead. Righty Lockwood Powell at the plate against the righty and Floyd, though it's the base runner Ramos who draws a throw to first. He's back in safely, head first slide. 1-0 Tulsa leads. 1 run on 2 hits for the Drillers, no runs on 1 hit for the hosting Wind Surge. 1-2. Swinging a pop-up behind home plate, first base side, and the catcher Cardenas loses his mask and watches it end up drifting out of play. After a few hops, a fan gets a souvenir, was in the vicinity wearing a Wind Surge beer and baseball, or at least beer Wind Surge baseball shirt. It is Thirsty Thursday after all. I'll have to see that at the ballpark. Floyd on the mound, another 1-2. In the dirt, and a good scoop from Cardenas to keep the runner at first base. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Mentioned that Lockwood Powell enters this one, at least before Ramos led off, with 0 for 2, at least for his night. 2-2 pitch, swinging a line drive to right center field, though routinely for Rosario, who didn't have to move a step. It was simply snag it out of the sky above the letters for the first out. It is 1-0 Wichita trailing Tulsa here in the top of the 7th. For Noah Miller, switch hitter now batting, or at least continuing to bat, I should say, from the lefty side. Foul tips the first pitch into the mid of the catcher Cardenas for strike 1. The ground out to second and a looking strikeout. First 2 times up for Noah Miller, one of 2 switch hitters in this Drillers lineup. 0-1 to him, swinging a pop-up, third base side. Drawing his way in is Alex Isola in a shallow left field. Takes a large lunge in towards his left and makes the catch. 2 quick outs after the leadoff walk. Here's now Taylor Young. Young is 1 for 2. As one of the 3 Drillers hits. It's the second, or at least, so I should say, 2 Drillers hits. The first pitch from Floyd goes to the backstop. Cardenas catches it on the ricochet, but he can't get a throw to second. Wild pitch. For the Drillers in their bullpen, they have another arm in Ronan Kopp warming up. Southpaw, as it's the Taylor show, with the Taylor on the mound and the Taylor at the plate. And it's the hitter in Young, who's named as Taylor. He takes a first or second pitch slider for strike 1. 1-1 pitch. Another breaking ball and another take by Taylor Young. By Taylor Floyd, who threw the pitch 1-2. Get these Taylors going back and forth. And tomorrow is also Serge Aronite, heavily playing off of the Arrows Tour for Taylor Swift. Look at that. 1-2 from Floyd. Check swing, and Young holds back. The deuces are wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Runner on second, it's Jose Ramos. Wichita trails 1-0 in this top of the 7th inning. 2-2 pitch. Down and away. Now 3-2. One for 2. Young trying to give Tulsa the second run of the night. 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Game, set, Taylor. Floyd on top. Gets Young swinging to end the top of the 7th. New pitcher for the Tulsa Drillers in the bottom of the 7th. It is number 43, southpaw Ronan Kopp. He'll face Jake Rucker to open up his night. First pitch. Inside heat for ball 1. For Kopp, he replaces Michael Martinez, who made his Double-A debut with Tulsa. Back to the lefties for the Drillers pitching as Rucker swings and fouls the next pitch back to the screen. Martinez looked pretty darn good in his first Double-A appearance. 1 inning where he got 2 strikeouts, doing so on just 11 pitches. Rucker at the plate, nobody out. Ball and a strike in a 1-0 Drillers lead. 1-1 pitch. Check swing, and the home plate umpire Brewer in his blue top says Rucker went around. It's 1-2. Kopp on the mound with a 1-2 offering. Swing and a miss. High fastball at 91. Rucker could not catch up. 4 of the last 5 Wind Surge pitchers have, or at least hitters, have been retired by Drillers pitching. There we go. They now are up to 8 total strikeouts on this Thursday night. Here's Alex Isola. Cade looking his second at bat against Jackson Ferris, and he takes the first pitch for a strike. Also lined out to Chris Newell in left field. The opposite, at least for his position for the other team. 0-1 pitch. Change up that just clips the bottom of the zone. 0-2. For Kopp on the season, this is his 4th appearance in the month of September. And overall, his 35th with the Drillers. And it's another good pitch for strike 3. Isola down looking. 4 consecutive strikeouts by Drillers arms. 5 of the last 6 outs have been strikeouts for the Wichita Wind Surge. Here is now Aaron Sabato. First pitch. Swinging a high pop-up, first base side, foul territory. Catcher Lockwood Powell loses his mask, leans back, and the ball drops down out towards the outfield mark, away from the glove of the catcher Powell, Lockwood Powell, I should say. Sabato at the plate, behind 0-1. It's 1-0 Tulsa. The 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball from Kopp. It's 0-2. Kopp also 2-1 with a 4.28 ERA. Continuing in his first inning of relief against Wichita here in the final week of the regular season. 0-2 delivery. In the dirt now, 1-2. "14 Wind Surge hitters consecutively retired. They trail 1-0 in the bottom of the 7th inning. 1-2 from Kopp. And it's just inside to put the deuces wild at the shins. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Kopp strikes out the side. Drillers have 10 strikeouts at least for their pitching, and through 7, they continue to hold on to a 1-0 lead over Wichita. Taylor Floyd out there for another inning of relief. We're in the 8th between Wichita and Tulsa. Wind Surge trailed the Drillers 1-0. Donovan Casey starts out this inning for the Drillers. Takes a first pitch strike at the knees on the outside corner. Casey walked and also struck out swinging. He's 0 for 2. The 0-1 plunks him on the oblique. Went way inside, at least Floyd did. Make that an HBP. And the leadoff base runner is on again for Tulsa. Looking to improve their 1-0 lead here in this top of the 8th. Casey gingerly making his way down to first base. So now looks like he'll stay in this one. Anytime you take 90 towards the side of your torso, you probably are going to feel it. Not only in the moment, but tomorrow morning when you wake up. Here's Bubba Oline. Homer in this game, his last time up at the 6th. The reason it's a 1-0 contest. Runner on the move. Casey to second. Throw from Cardenas, not in time. Well, just as I was saying that Casey probably might not have been feeling that hit by pitch too well. He steals second. He's got his second swiped bag of the night in scoring position now, as Aline takes the 1-0 on the outside corner for strike 1. For the man on second now in Casey, make him 7 for 9 in Double-A when it comes to those stolen base tries. Aline shows bunt and pulls back. Drops the bat afterward, but it's 2-1. With Casey reaching on the hit by pitch, want to at least say now that the first, at least the last 3 hitters to open up the innings, the 6th, 7th, and 8th have all reached for Tulsa. 2-1. Slider called strike on the inside corner, 2-2. Because Aline hit a home run to right field, made this game 1-0. Ramos walked on 6 pitches, and now Casey was plunked. 2-2. Swinging a roller. Ultimately chops its way foul, third base side. It stops in the grass. Switch hitting Aline from the lefty side. He's got a home run from both sides of the plate this week, and the 2-2 pitch to him is fouled off. Once more, the catcher, Cardenas, is in play, and ball just got away from him. Could have been a foul tip strikeout, but Aline stays alive. The 2-2. Swinging a ground ball the other way to short. Ross moving towards his right. Throws to third base. Not in time, though the tag from Schobel was right on the money. Give it a straight base hit. Not even what could have been a fielder's choice, as Schobel was looking and attempting to apply the tag. Simply be a straight knock to the shortstop, Ross, and now it's men on the corners. I believe the first time all night that men have been on the corners. For the top of the lineup in Chris Newell. Still 1-0 Tulsa, nobody out. The top of the 8th inning. Men on first and third, first pitch. Just outside, ball 1. Newell's 0 for 3. A strikeout, a flyout, and a 3 unassisted ground out. First, third, and the sixth. In that exact order, those exact same frames. 1-0. Backdoor breaking ball called on the corner. It's 1-1. The slider from Taylor Floyd. Though, might only see one battle for Taylor supremacy in this one after Taylor Young struck out Taylor Floyd to end the seventh. Big swing and a miss from Chris Newell. Puts him now at 1-2. Say that because there looks like to be some action on the, at least in the Wind Surge bullpen. We're in the top of the eighth. It's 1-0 Tulsa. 1-2. Swing and another foul. Bouncing back behind the plate and off of the screen. Floyd still looking for his first out officially in this top of the eighth inning. Casey was hit by a pitch, stole second, and then Bubba Aleen's hit to the shortstop Ben Roth ended up taking an extra 90 feet to go to third. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strikeout for Floyd. Make that his second of the night. And he gets that desperately needed first out in this eighth. And Newell yields to Janer Fernandez, who's also hitless in 3 tries. Ground out, one unassisted, 1-5-3, and a fly out to right field. First pitch inside, forcing straighten up from the driller's second baseman. Ball 1. Fernandez, 1 for 5 last night, 0 for 3 on Thursday. Aleen played off of first and then drew a throwback. Pickoff attempt unsuccessful. Sabato simply caught it. No tag attempted for a face first sliding Aleen. Next pitch. Slider with a lot of movement. And it catches the plate once more. Ball and a strike. Fernandez tips his cap, at least touches his helmet as another pickoff attempt goes to that first base side. Floyd looks down to his glove and now comes home. Runner on the move to second. Swing and a miss for strike 3. And it is catcher's interference, I believe, or and so Fernandez, it was actually batter's interference. So I knew it was interference of some call because after Fernandez's swing, he was so wound up, he leaned towards his right. And as a result, you had what Aleen would have been at second base back to first. There's 2 outs in a 1-0 contest, top 8. And now the pitch clock needs to be reset. The blue man behind the plate in Travis Brewer wearing his blue top. He's not a part of the blue man group. Resets, and the first pitch to Christian Santana is a check swing where he breaks the plane for strike 1. I say Brewer, the blue man wearing the blue top, because his stablemates, in a sense, Jack Wasson and Kyle Stutz on the corners, are both with the black tops from the umpire crew tonight. 0-1. Another breaking ball and another check swing strike. Santana afterwards is like, you could also, talk to the first base umpire on the appeal. Don't just go to Wasson. But now he's back into the box and he'll reset. And on the corners, bases man at first and third. Floyd trying to get out of it, comes home with the 0-2. Too much break on the curve. It's outside, a ball and 2 strikes. Looks down to his glove, the pitch on the way, and will simply be a straight steal of second. Aline does it for the second time, and he finally is able to reach that base technically. Catcher Cardenas held on to the ball because, to keep in mind, there's Casey over at third. He could try to score the second run. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Deuce is wild. Floyd looks down and comes home. Downstairs, 3-2. He brings his way back up atop the mound. Floyd on the first base side of the rubber, his back foot towing the slab. The 3-2. Outside, ball 4. Ramon Borrego simply slapped the top of the dugout barrier, and he'll make his way out. That might be all for Taylor Floyd. Borrego trotting out now past the chalk, and he motions towards the bullpen in left center. Floyd hands the ball to his manager, and a pitching change is on the way for the Wichita Wind Surge. Their 3rd pitcher of the night is on the way from the bullpen. We'll tell you who it is when we come back. This is Wind Surge Baseball. For strike 1. Bases juiced after Christian Santana worked a 6-pitch walk to Taylor Floyd, who was then taken out of the ball game for the righty for Wichita. 0-1. Called strike on the outside corner. For Worf, his 21st appearance with Wichita. It's looking to be a very impactful one to get out of a massive bases loaded jam and keep this game 1-0. Ball in his hand, right below the belt. Now to the glove at the waistline. Worf delivers. Swinging a high chopper, third base side. Ward gloves, throws off of his backside, and it's not in time. Falling down, Worf trying to throw to first, and will simply be everyone up 90 feet. 2-0 Tulsa. Young scores. Aline goes to third, and Santana to second. It is 2-0 Drillers in the top of the 8th inning for Griffin Lockwood Powell. Worf comes home again, swinging a foul back to the screen, first base side, 0-1. Worf, the 3rd pitcher used tonight for Wichita, matching Tulsa, who leads 2-0 in the 0-1. Swinging a line drive into center field. This will bring in a pair. 1 run scores in Aline. And now the second one coming in ahead of a tag from Cardenas is Christian Santana. A 2-run base knock up the gut from Griffin Lockwood Powell. It is 4-0 Drillers. This game's been kept quiet virtually all night long, and with the bases loaded, Drillers have been able to finally burst through. They've plated 3 runs in this 8th inning, and the catcher in Cardenas talks to his pitcher in Worf for a quick second. Back-to-back singles, one that kept in the infield and one that left the infield to center. Brought across 3 runs for Tulsa. The 0-1 from Worf. Miller takes a called strike on the low and inside corner. 0-2. Worf ahead 0-2. Looks back to second. He comes home. Swinging a ground ball up the middle off of Worf, potentially into center field. Hennessy points towards home. Sheffield fires in. The throw to the catcher Cardenas is not in time. Cardenas immediately after Brewer motioned safe, stood up and kind of looked towards his dugout like, really? It's 5-0. Drillers have put in 5 runs, and they've, I should say, plated that many in all 3 games now this week. 4 of them have come in this top of the 8th. First and second for Taylor Young. It's not the battle of the Taylors once more. Jared Wharf takes Floyd's place on the mound. First pitch. Swinging a pop-up foul first base side. So a single to the pitcher and a pair of singles to center have now brought across 4. Taylor Young looking to continue that as the shortstop Ross is played back on the outfield. 0-1. Slider away. 1 ball and 1 strike. Rucker himself is holding off at second, though once Wharf goes for the pitch, he backtracks towards his left and the lip of the grass in the outfield as well. Corners held off of their third and first base bags respectively. 1-1. Inside. Anthony's 95 on the radar gun. 2-1. Young's the 9th man to come to the plate for Tulsa. They will have officially, regardless of the result of this at bat, sent all men in their lineup to the plate. 2-1 pitch. Swinging a broken bat up the middle. Bouncer that's gloved by Rossi, throws towards first. In time for the out. Looked a little sketchy as Ross and Rucker nearly ran into each other, but the shortstop took over, gloved it just near the second base bag and threw to first base, but not before the Drillers unload for 4 runs, uncorking 4 hits. And stranding 2 men on. They lead 5-0 as you go to the bottom of the 8th. This is Wind Surge Baseball. 4 of the 5 games around the Texas League are in the 8th inning or later. As we look around the scoreboard, this AA level. First pitch, or I should say the second pitch, swinging from Schobel. A fly ball to left field, out of play foul. Midland is up by 3. They've doubled Corpus Christi. Heading into the bottom of the 9th there at Whataburger Field. It's a slugfest in Amarillo, I should say. Shocker between Frisco and the Sod Poodles as the 1-1 pitch is just fouled off from Schobel, 1-2. 8-7 Soddies in the bottom of the 8th inning. It is also 4-1 San Antonio over Springfield with the Missions hosting. Springfield, the first half Texas League North Division champions. 1-2 pitch. High curveball. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the Arkansas Travelers, who will be facing Springfield, they've clinched the second half in the playoffs, are shutting out Northwest Arkansas 3-0 at Arvest Ballpark. 2-2. Spiked in the dirt now. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes. And obviously, we have this game. It's Tulsa 5 and Wichita 0. Looking around the Texas League, it's interesting, at least for tonight, because also, at least at the Major League level, both the Twins and the Royals are off. 3-2 pitch to Schobel. Swinging a fly ball to left field. Newell back at the warning track, back against the wall, and he makes the catch in front of the cake sign for the first out. A long, towering drive from Tanner Schobel. Just stays in the ballpark for the first out. Here is Dalton Sheffield. Sheffield 0 for 2. Drillers pitching as the Tulsa manager and Scott Hennessy comes out to make a pitching change. Has retired 16 straight Wind Surge hitters. That goes back all the way to the 3rd inning. And Michael Hobbs is the new pitcher for Tulsa. We'll tell you more about him when we return. A pitching change, Riverfront Stadium. Wichita trails 5-0. This is Wind Surge Baseball. Swinging a ground ball. It's a two-hopper into the glove of Taylor Young, who steps back, gloves, and fires across the diamond towards first base for the second out, I should say. Tanner Schomel flew out to deep left field with a step, around a half step in front of the wall. The left fielder, Chris Newell. Christian Santana's the DH. Cardenas has walked and also struck out. Again is facing the new pitcher for Tulsa and Michael Hobbs. First pitch, swinging a ground ball, this time to third again. Moving towards his left is Young on a pair of shuffles. Another throw to first. And it is a quick 2 outs for Michael Hobbs. Through 8, Wichita trails 5-0. This is Wind Surge Baseball.
Here in the 9th inning for Tulsa. That 4-run 8th, Tim Grubbs, Andrew Neville back here at the ballpark. You're down 1-0 going to the 9th. You feel pretty promising about it. You're down 5-0. It's a little bit of a different climb. But first things first, you got to keep it this way. And like to keep it a 1-2-3 inning as Jarrett Wharf goes back to work.
Obviously for Wharf to right the ship after allowing that string of hits to end the 8th.
This one is going to be swung on and fouled off first base side.
Again, that's the fickle nature of baseball. As Wharf was so close to getting out of that 8th inning unscathed, but then that high hopper that just stayed in the air too long for him to make a play on, followed up by back-to-back hard singles.
And that is baseball. You said it before. It is just sometimes how it goes. Swing and a miss, strikeout. It looked like he was going to get out of it. Casey is gone for the first out here in the 9th. Bubba Aline right now with the game-winning RBI because he's the one that had the first run of the game when he hammered one out of the ballpark back in the 6th. Pitch here to Aline, going to be taken here for a ball, and it's now 1-0 now to the batter.
He's done some damage again over the course of this entire week from the bottom of that Tulsa order.
1-0 pitch, line shot into center, and the center fielder, Sheffield, takes it on one hop and gets it in. That is hit number 7 on the evening for Tulsa.
3 of them by Aline himself.
So here comes Chris Newell, who will step into the batter's box. Newell will step in. And the pitch going to be taken here for a ball. Actually, for a strike, 0-1. Nothing in 1 now to the batter. And the 0-1 grounded towards second. Scoops it, fires to second for 1. They'll get the force of a lean for out number 2. 4-6 on the putout. Newell will reach on the fielder's choice. 5-0 Drillers. Wind Surge and Tulsa, 3 big games remaining. Tomorrow, 7:05, fireworks, Era's night at the ballpark. Also going to be clear bag giveaway. Saturday, 6:05 start. Hooded T-shirt giveaway. And then on Sunday, this one's a line drive into center. And the center fielder is Sheffield, the final game of this season. Fernandez makes the catch. No runs, a hit, a man left. Last at bat for the Wind Surge. Wichita has some work to do, finding themselves down by 5. 5-0 our score. This is Surge Baseball. Ben will face Hobbs here. And here tonight, Ben is 0 for 2. Wind Surge have been held to a season low 1 hit. The fewest hits the Wind Surge have had in a game all year, and we've done it a number of times, has been 3. So Wind Surge team that has been struggling here in the month of September. They have the lowest batting average in the Texas League coming in for the month. A 1 pitch delivery swung out and missed here. This has just been some great pitching And it's quickly 0-2. Ferris was phenomenal through 5. Martinez worked an inning. Kopp pitched an inning in a third, and now it's Hobbs. 0-2 now to the batter, Ben Ross. No balls and 2 strikes now to the hitter, and the 0-2 delivery is going to be swung on and struck him out. Ben is a strikeout victim for the out.
That the 10th strikeout by Driller pitching of Wichita today, highlighted by a stretch of 5 in a row between the 6th and 7th inning. And again, you mentioned just a pitching clinic from Tulsa.
Jenkins looking for his first hit. He's hit the ball hard. Swung on, grounded towards first, scooped up by Santana. And he scoops it up and retires Jenkins, who will fall to 0-4 tonight. And this will bring up Rosario.
Just a little out front. Hit it pretty well again, but just off the wrong part of the bat and right at Santana.
So here comes Kalai. 0 for 3 tonight. Is homered in back-to-back games, including a 9th inning home run back on Tuesday night. Pulled it within a run. But the Wind Surge fell in that ball game by the final of 5-4. 5 runs in each of the 3 games scored by the visitors from Oklahoma. The 0-1 swung on and popped it up. Foul territory, first base side. A 5-4 win, a 5-3 win, on target for a 5-0 win here today if nothing changes. No balls and 2 strikes now to the batter, Kalai Rosario. Drillers trying to win 3 in a row, something they haven't done in a while. Check swing, and he fouls this one back. Try it again now with the count being no balls and 2 strikes. Tulsa has shut out 9 teams this season, grounded towards short. It'll be their 10th shutout of the year as they throw on to first base and secure their 3rd straight win. And the Tulsa Drillers will win the Propeller Series for the 3rd straight season and defeat the Wichita Wind Surge here on a thirsty Thursday, 5-0. The Propeller, which has played for 4 years between these 2 teams. Wichita won the first one in 21. Tulsa has now won the Propeller in 22, 23, and now 2024 as they pick up the victory here today and win their 3rd straight game, something they have not done since August the 14th. And they've only done it a handful of times, really, since they won 6 in a row back in early July. They haven't been able to put together much of winning streaks. But tonight, the pitching was superb. We knew going in this would be a pitching matchup, and it indeed was. 5-0. The Wind Surge limited to a season low, just 1 hit.
Yeah, and this is really a deceiving final score just a little bit, too, in terms of how well Wichita pitched throughout this entire game. Corey Lewis really just made the one mistake over 6 great frames, just the homer to Aline. But other than that, again, outside of those 3 consecutive 2-out singles, one of which being an infield dribbler in the 8th inning, this is a much closer game. But again, just tremendous pitching all around, especially on the Tulsa side. 10 strikeouts just had the Wichita hitters off balance all game, and really it's been the formula that's allowed them to win the first 3 games of the series.
Wind Surge have been held to 3 hits 8 different times this year. That was a season low. This is the first time they've been held to 1 hit, which is now the new season low, as the Wind Surge tonight 1 hit in 28 at-bats, struck out 11 times in the ballgame.